All right, Algebra 2, welcome to what I call the pre-lesson. It's been a long time since you guys have been under the gun to learn some math, and what I've always done is taught a pre-lesson if I feel like it's necessary prior to getting into the actual sample problems. So what I've tried to do as a math teacher for my whole career is think about what is it that this assignment assumes that you already know, or what's fresh on your mind. And a lot of time, you guys are professional forgetters, I know, so I don't want to assume anything. So we're just going to take a few minutes here in the pre-lesson and just discuss some basics. So you guys have seen this before, PEMDAS. I know you have. Middle school teachers teach it. I think elementary teachers teach it. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, just tells you the order of operations. Now there's some stuff that's kind of tricky, but basically this gives you a plan of attack. And so parentheses, you got to look what's inside the parentheses and try to take care of that first. Exponents, be on the hunt for those. Multiplication, then division, then addition, subtraction. Now sometimes there's a blend, so it's not quite step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. We have to be careful with that. Well, let's go ahead and see what I'm talking about, and let's look at this example. So, do you see any parentheses? No. So we don't have to worry about that. You see any exponents? Yes. We've got this guy right here. So we need to take care of that. What's 3 squared? Well, that's 3 times 3. So we're going to rewrite this as 4 times 9 plus 4 minus this. So, brand new math problem. But we just keep moving down the line here. Multiplication. Well, there's some right there. 4 times 9, 36, plus 4 minus 2. Now, you guys notice that it says addition next and then subtraction next. At this point, it doesn't really matter. You just add the positives together and subtract the negatives. I mean, the order in which you do things right now doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go 36 plus 4, and that's 40. 40 minus 2 is 38. In other words, what if I was defiant and I said, I'm going to subtract first? Well, 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 plus 36 is 38. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be like all the time. But I think you guys get the idea. Now, this looks like the same darn problem. Because it is. But I'm going to insert some parentheses and see if this changes things. Okay? So back to our order of operations. Parentheses first. That means take a look inside and clean that thing up. Well, we still have to do the exponent first. So this would turn into 4 times, and I'm just going to keep the parentheses, well, no, I'm not. 3 squared is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. So that turns into 13. Now notice the parentheses disappeared because I took care of it. Now I'm going to go back to the order of operations. Can I go ahead and go 13 minus 2 first and make that 11? No. Got to do this first. 4 times 13 is 52. 52 minus 2 is 50. So there you go. Order of operation matters. Again, I could throw a million examples at you, but I think you're getting the gist. Let's move down to this. Now you're looking at that and you're thinking, well, that's pretty simple, Mr. Queefish. Yeah, it is, but I'm going somewhere with it. So student number 1 looks at it and they say, you know what? I'm going to go 8 plus 2, and that's 10 over 2, and 10 over 2 is what? 5. All right. Now, I think 99.99999% of students would do it this way. But I'm going to experiment with this one, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to break it up into 2 fractions. So I'm going to go 8 over 2 for this one, plus, because of that plus, 2 over 2. Let's go ahead and simplify this. 8 over 2 is 4. 2 over 2 is 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. Did I get the same answer? I did. It means it's a different way of doing it. And some of you are going, well, why would I do it that way? That was a lot more work because of this. So now I'm getting into 2 ideas. Like terms, and what happens when you get a little expression like this where there's a fraction and you can't add the numerator together. See, 8x plus 2, you cannot make that 10x. It's stuck. So what do I got to do? I need this little trick up my sleeve to reduce this. So I'm going to look at this as a fraction, and I'm going to look at this as a fraction. So I'm going to go 8x over 2 plus 2 over 2, and just reduce each one of those. That's 4x, and that's 1. That's a plus, and there we go. Tracking? All right. Let's go on to this guy. So, like I said back here, I'm starting to get into this idea of like terms. This is just to bring you back to where you once were, where you did a bunch of these problems where you added and subtracted like terms. So, what I like to do is just keep things very simple / elementary and use some figures. See 3x squared, can I add it to this? No, this is a like term and they go together. All right, well, what's 3x squared plus 4x squared? Now, some of you are going to remember a whole bunch of rules that don't apply right now. But this is just simply 4x squared, 3x squared. It's like saying you got 3 bananas and 4 bananas. How many bananas you got? 7. So I have 7 bananas. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to put a circle around this 2x and a circle around that negative 3x and say, all right, what's 2x minus 3x? That's minus 1x. Now, did I have to put that negative 1 there? No. Is it okay to put it there? Sure, sure. And then I got these little things. I haven't taken care of those yet. 3, positive 3 and positive 1 is 4, and that's done. Now, notice that's a trinomial. For those of you that are having a flashback and like, oh no, he's going to talk to us about trinomials. No. This is lesson number 1. You're done. All right. Now, I have a certain way I like my students to multiply fractions, and but I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. I know most of you, because I've been watching you for years, you'd think to yourself, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of think of it like this. I'm going to multiply straight across. That's fine. And then I get 3, and that reduces to 10. And obviously, it works. But there is stuff coming, please trust me, where if you use my little technique, everybody take your arms and go like this, please. Go ahead, do it. Repeat after me. This is a fraction. This is a fraction. Here we go. When I multiply fractions, I cross reduce, then I swoosh. Cross reduce, then I swoosh. All right, if you get in this habit, it's going to benefit you in the long run, I promise. What do you mean cross reduce? Well, look, boom, boom. I'm going to say 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 5. There's 1 cross reduce. How about this way? Well, you can't. There's the other one. What is this swoosh you speak of? Here it comes. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 1 is 1. Same answer. Now, if you're going to be stubborn and do this, it's going to cause you some problems down the road. You'll still get the same answer, obviously. It's just going to take you too long. Now, my opinion is, it's not about getting just the right answer, but you want to get the right answer quickly. Time is a factor. This is a big time saver, especially with some problems coming up. Please trust me. So try to get in the habit of doing this. It's going to benefit you a little bit. And every time you can save a little bit of time on like an ACT or an SAT, anxiety level goes down, and then you'll have more time to spend on the more difficult problems. So there you go. There's your pre-lesson for 1-1, PEMDAS. Good luck on your homework, but we're going to do some sample problems in the actual packet lesson before you do your homework. So